We are Jason and Sarah Hull, the founder and CEO and COO of DoorGrow, and we are the world's leading and most comprehensive coaching and consulting firm for long-term residential property management entrepreneurs. For over a decade and a half, we have brought innovative strategies and optimization to the property management industry. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management business owners and their businesses. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. Now, let's get into the show. All right, so today, Sarah, we're talking about freedom.
Freedom.
All right, we just celebrated the 4th of July, Independence Day.
It's called Independence Day, and the reason that they're shifting it to 4th of July is to get people to be less focused on their independence, because that's what it is. Independence Day.
Okay. Well, yes. So let's recap. The United States came about because a group of really awesome entrepreneurial people decided that they did not want to be beholden to Britain, and they declared their independence, which was, basically declaring war. And this small little group of colonies decided to go to war with the biggest, most established military in the world at the time. And we won. We were able to achieve our independence.
Right.
So, okay. Now, why was America able to win? Well, my theory or belief is that anytime you are moving with the river instead of swimming upstream of freedom, the river of freedom, you have momentum and at your back. You have the wind in your sails. You are headed in the direction. And I think, the divine, God, the universe, everything moves towards greater freedom. And I think then you will be more likely to have success if you're moving towards freedom. And so I think the USA is a big macrocosmic sort of example of the microcosmic. And so we're going to talk about how money flows towards freedom today is kind of the idea. So why do people start businesses, Sarah? Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest reasons is they go, hey, I want to do things my way. I see a need in the marketplace, and the way that other people are doing things is maybe it's not good, or maybe you think you have, some better ideas. Maybe there's this need for a product or service that doesn't yet exist.
Mm.
And they go, hey, I have the freedom and the ability to create this product or service and meet this need in the marketplace. And a lot of times, entrepreneurs, we think that we can do things better than other people can do it. And a lot of times we're right. And that's why businesses start to exist and grow and expand, is they see a need and they fill said need. So we have the choice really to be able to say, hey, I'm going to step up and be the one who meets that need.
All right. Yeah. So I think if we're going along with this momentum, this river of freedom, and you're headed in that direction, what could be more powerful than starting a business in a nation that values freedom with people that value, they were raised celebrating Independence Day every year. They're celebrating freedom. We value freedom. And you're a business owner that values getting more and more freedom and creating freedom. And then you create a business like property management where you are creating freedom for others. You're giving other people freedom from things they don't enjoy dealing with. All of this can, if aligned, creates a massive amount of momentum. It can create a lot of success if you're selling the right thing, which is freedom. All right. So, and this is what we do at DoorGrow. Our goal is to help business owners get more freedom. from doing the day-to-day work, from being the property manager to being more of the business owner, the visionary, the entrepreneur. So, yes, the business owner, as business owners, we value freedom. Usually we mistakenly think we want more money. But what we really want is what we think money will give us, which is more freedom if we do it the right way. But we make more and more money, eventually realizing we have less and less freedom the more money we make because we're doing it the wrong way. And then we're like, why am I even doing this? Oh, yeah, I want freedom. I don't just want more money. Because once you get more money, but you have less freedom, you realize this isn't the trade I wanted. And so we want to make sure we're focused on getting yourself more freedom. You got to build the right business. If you build it wrong, your business can't scale, it can't grow. And if you're, because you're moving upstream, you're in conflict with freedom. And so as a business owner, if you start building a business that's giving you less and less freedom, even though you're trying to help others get freedom, you're going to be out of integrity. People are going to feel that. It's going to be harder to sell it. You're going to, to others and convince them to become your client. And you're going to just experience a massive amount of friction, and unconsciously you're going to sabotage. So you need to make sure that you are getting yourself more and more freedom the bigger your business gets. All right. Once you have more freedom, then you probably also want to give your team more freedom. How do we give our team more freedom?
By consistently shifting them into more of the things that they do enjoy, and by making sure that they can really specialize in what they enjoy and what they're good at.
Mm,
So, usually, when a business starts, unless there's a lot of resources and capital, businesses typically tend to start with one person, maybe two people. And then that one or two people, they end up doing everything.
mm,
So they are the entirety of the business. Every role, every task, every department is filled by that person or those, small handful of people. And then as the business grows, then some shifts are able to be made where those people no longer have to handle every single thing because they can bring on the right resources. And sometimes that might be software, sometimes that might be people, sometimes that might be an AI tool. But they can start to shift some of those responsibilities to other people or tools, and that allows them to focus more on the things that they really do enjoy doing and they're good at. And the same then kind of trickles downstream to the team, where the
mm.
team kind of gets to experience that same thing. Usually when, especially your first team member, that team member ends up doing a little bit of multiple pieces of roles. Even to the best of our ability, we try. We're like, hey, this is going to be the role that you do. And then someone's getting roped. Either the business owner or that team member is getting roped into all of these other pieces. So to give our team more and more freedom really allows them to become an expert and a specialist in what they enjoy and in what they're good at. And that usually looks like expansion.
Mm. Okay. And that's a good segue to mentioning our sponsor for today's episode.
It is because they give you freedom through software. So ring ring, who's there? Not property managers. Over half don't even answer their phones during business hours. Hot leads are calling you directly and they're going straight to missed calls. They're going right to voicemail. So if you're spending time and money on growth, you need to actually capture that growth. And that is where Super comes in. Super's AI receptionist sounds lifelike. It answers 24/7 and it's trained on property management. It even makes follow-up calls to leads that you might have missed. Go to hiresuper.com/doorgrow and stop missing revenue to missed calls.
Okay. So if your team members are getting more and more freedom, if you have freedom and you want to start getting better and more output from your team, which means lowering your operational costs significantly, you need to move your team towards more freedom and not towards more control. Most business owners make the mistake. They think if I control my team more, I'll get better output. And that's not the case. That means you need better people. If you have great people, they will lead themselves. If you have better people, and you move them into what feels like more freedom for them, which means they have more autonomy, more ability to make choices and decisions, more time spent doing things that give them fulfillment that they enjoy doing. Like Sarah was talking about, you will get maybe 2 times the output, maybe 3 times the output from team members that are in that momentum, flowing the right way down the river towards freedom, right? So, we gotta get the business owner in alignment. Now we gotta get the team in alignment and help expand that freedom to our team members. We do that by having our clients give their team members time studies to figure out where their plus and minus signs are energetically, which things do they enjoy, which things are taking away from their joy, so that we can hire additional staff, get additional support, get additional technology that helps take the minus signs off their plate and allows them to spend more time in the plus signs, which is the freedom zone, right? And then also, our businesses can't exist if we aren't benefiting our clients. And so, property management is about, really, the product that you should be selling is not really property management. It should be freedom. You're giving your clients freedom from their rental property. But a lot of property management business owners mess this up. How do they mess this up?
Because they really just involve their clients in everything. They, instead of being decisive
Mhm.
and being the one who's the leader and in control, they will just kind of defer to the property owner. Or maybe they're not deferring completely, but they're just involving that property owner. Hey, Bob,
Mm.
what do you think about this kind of flooring? We have to do the floors. Do you want carpet or do you want LVP? And he's like, I don't know. Like, now I have to think about that.
Definitely not carpet, right? Okay, yeah, so you're stealing your client's freedom if you are involving them in all the decision making. And now here's the thing, they might, because of anxiety, because of fears, because of past bad experiences, because of them thinking they don't know if they can trust you, they may try to steal your freedom and try to control and run your business and micromanage you to because they want freedom from anxiety. But if you do a good job of giving them freedom from that anxiety in a healthier way, which means you take ownership, control, you dominate the situation, you lead, they can relax and let go of that stuff, then you're actually doing the job of a property manager. You are giving them freedom from the burden of having to stress or worry about or to manage anybody. They should not be managing the manager to manage their property, right? That's not freedom for them.
No.
It's freedom from a bad property management situation, maybe, if you're a mediocre manager. But if you're a great property manager, you're giving them freedom from even having to manage you.
Mhm.
And that's the ultimate freedom that they want to pay for. They will pay more for that. Most clients, most investors will pay more to have a really good property manager. Once they've experienced one where they're hands off and not having to stress and be involved and micromanage and look over your shoulder and see where you're spending their money because they don't trust you. So trust creates freedom. If your team trusts you, they will follow you. You'll be creating more freedom. If your clients trust your team and you, that will give them more freedom. Okay, now let's take a look at markets. Markets and businesses. Money tends to flow where there is more freedom. That's where businesses thrive. USA is a market where a lot of money thrives. But there's areas in the US where money tends to flow and to thrive. Where are some of those areas?
God bless Texas.
God bless Texas.
God
Okay.
bless Texas.
Right. So you'll see, a lot of money flows, Texas. We see that there's a lot of like momentum and movement lately towards Florida. There's a lot like money, people moving, even the people that maybe don't value freedom as much. They would rather live places where freedom is maximized because it benefits them, even though they might screw it up. And so, by how they vote. Sorry, people. So you want to make sure, like, if you want to maximize freedom, notice that money is always moving towards where there's the greatest autonomy, the greatest ability to make decisions and to choose, where there's less government involvement, less government control, more ability for people to make choices. And I really believe the power of freedom is also in that there is also this idea that the law is this universal principle, the law of dominating good. And the law of dominating good is, I believe that good generally wins in almost every situation, that the majority of people will choose the good. And roughly, people will say maybe about a third will choose the wrong path, and two-thirds will choose the right path, the right. So there's generally a strong majority that will choose good when they have good information. So, how do people control people and get them to do things that they want them to do that may be out of alignment with their own freedom? They have to control the information. They have to manipulate. They have to lie. They have to control the media. And a lot of people are waking up realizing, hey, we've been lied to by the media. Voting, we're seeing in California right now, is like largely been manipulated and is fake. And so all this stuff's been getting exposed. So the more we align with freedom, the more we're going to win in the long run. So don't play the short game of trying to manipulate, steal, be unethical, whatever to get business, because in the long run, that doesn't play out well. It doesn't work. You need to be on the side of freedom. Freedom is what wins. Dictatorships are not going to last, right? That's true in your own business. That's true in your market. That's true in your state. That's true in your nation. Everything good flows towards where there is the greatest ability for people to choose freedom, and when people are good and they choose the right things. And so I believe you get people on you find the best people on your team, you find the best clients, you help educate them the best, and then you are constantly going to be moving in alignment with freedom. And that's going to help you thrive. So, how can DoorGrow help people with freedom, Sarah?
I think we're great at helping clients get freedom from the burden of their property management business. That's kind of one of the things that we specialize in, because a lot of times when people start a business, they do so with the intention of creating more freedom for themselves.
Yeah.
And they might even think, oh, I don't want a 9 to 5 job.
Mhm.
And I don't think I can, be locked in an office all day, or, like glued to my desk or my phone or my computer. So what I'll do is I'll create this business and I'll start this business. And sometimes, unless you have a really great system in place, you
Mm.
get freedom from the 9 to 5, but sometimes you build a different cage for yourself, which is sometimes like a 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And then you get a 7 to 8, and you didn't really expect that. So there's certain shifts in your business and with your team and with your clients and with your structure
Yeah.
and your systems and your software and your processes that that's, I think, one of the great things about running a business is you get to choose what you do and how you do it and who you work with and who's on your team. So one of the things that we're really good at helping clients with is restructuring things, or if
Mm.
you're newer and starting out, structuring things the right way right from the beginning, so that you don't end up hoping for freedom but ending up with this cage and prison that you've built yourself that
Yeah.
traps you in a 16-hour work week every day.
16-hour work week?
16-hour work day.
Work day. Okay.
Day. Yeah, thanks.
That would be
A
worse.
16-hour work week would
That wouldn't be too bad. All
Yeah,
right.
that wouldn't be bad.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, 16-hour work. Yeah, sorry about that.
So, all right. So, if you're looking for freedom from the struggle, you're a smaller company, you're trying to figure out, how do we just get more doors? And you want freedom from manipulative marketers that are trying to sell you cold lead digital marketing. You want freedom from wasting money on digital marketing. Then we have our Growth Accelerator program that is designed to help you figure out the right strategies to grow and do it for way less money. So if you're wanting freedom from doing the sales yourself, you don't want to even focus on that. You want someone else to add the doors for you. We have our new program, the Door Machine. We add the doors, you manage them. You want to get freedom and gradually move yourself out of having to be involved in the front end of the business of bringing in new business, because doing sales to you does not feel like freedom. You just hate doing that piece. Some of you love it. I don't want to take that away from you, but it's some of you. And so the Growth Accelerator will teach you how to do it if you want to do it. If you don't like doing that piece, let's get you out of it. If you want freedom from operations, a lot of you in the 2 to 400 door range get trapped here, and you're mired in answering everybody's questions on your team, and you're not really the entrepreneur anymore. You're still somehow doing every job in the business. You want freedom from property management itself. That's our super system. Maybe you want freedom from both. The super system is included people in the door machine as well. You get access to that. But you're wanting freedom in your property management business. There's this ascension of going from doing all the work initially in the beginning to building a team to getting out of the different pieces and getting more and more freedom. Means doing less things, but doing more of those less things. And it's the ones you enjoy. It's the ones you love doing. That's really what freedom feels like, is that you get to spend your day doing stuff that you love doing. Then you don't need to try and escape your business anymore, because you're focused on the pieces that really give you fulfillment and freedom. And that's our goal at DoorGrow, is to help you find some freedom. So let's stack all these different levels of freedom all the way down from the grand old United States we're grateful to be part of, freedom, and focus on where can we layer freedom at every level down to getting ourselves the maximum level of freedom, our team, our clients, the business, and watch the money flow so much easier when you're in alignment and not in conflict with how I believe the world was designed. It was designed for choice and for freedom and autonomy. And we would love to help you get there. All right. Well, if you've ever felt stuck or stagnant and you want to take your property management business to the next level, reach out to us at doorgrow.com. We would love to help you. For a free training on how to get unlimited leads for free, freedom, text the word leads to 512-648-4608. Also, you can join our free online community just for property management business owners by going to doorgrowclub.com. And if you want tips, tricks, or ideas, or to learn more about our offers, subscribe to our newsletter by going to doorgrow.com/subscribe. And if you found this even a little bit helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. And until next time, remember, the slowest path to growth is to do it alone. So let's grow together. Bye, everyone.